Hello everyone, this is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 9 of Darwell20's Project Architect 2 Let's Play series, where I'm getting myself some bottles. The plan for today is, first off, I want to start getting that XP Obelisk. So here's what I've done. I went outside and snagged a honey bottle. And it has EMC, so that's cool, right? And now I'm going to fill up some water bottles. And we will get some netherwort. Is that correct? Is that the right number of things, I think? I believe so. So we'll do that. Yoink. 3. Yoink. 3. Did I miss one? Awkward. Oh, there's a water bottle. There we go. Now you're all awkward. Good. Now, I believe creeper glands. I have these. So I can do this to get a ghast here, which I can then EMC, right? So that's, kind of cool. Maybe 3 will be enough. I feel like 3 should be enough for this, right? I'm going to say yes. Cool. All right, then we want bookshelves, and then we're going to want nether bricks, and then we're going to want blaze rods. And I should be able to parlay this into... Ooh. Okay, yeah, no. Doot to you. So 1, 2, 3. Now that gives 1.5. So if I want to get from 15 to 22.5, I need 7.5. So 4 or 5 of these should be where I want to be. And then a 6th just to get me the enchanted one, if I'm not mistaken. So what I'm doing this because I can use honey bottles to get bottles of enchanting. This to me seems like the straightest path, right? So all I need is 25 quanta and 25 arcana, and I should be able to pull this off. So that should be doable. And then I can store my experience in something. Sound like a plan? Good. So if I do this, does that get me to 22.5-ish? Current value 21. Really? Did I math that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be working now. $21, 22.5. There we go. Okay, that works. That is cool. Okay, and now with you done, I should be able to... that's right, I need 45 levels to infuse it, don't I? What can I do for Arcana? Can I get some like cheap and easy Arcana? Yes. That seems pretty cheap. And Skulls, if I remember, can get me... I don't have any Skeleton Skulls or Wither Skeleton Skulls yet. Skeleton Skulls do have... Okay. Quanta. Do I have EMC of any of these guys yet? Not quite. And the rest are going to be, hell shelf thingies. Though I do have 30 quanta from my hell shelves. So, how much do you need? You need to be at least 10, 25, and 25 arcana. So, that will be some very specific shelves. Pearlescent. Stone shelf reduces your arcana, right? But a few candles should get me going. How much exactly did I need? 25? It's going to be a lot of candles, though, isn't it? I feel like it's going to be a lot of candles. So I put you guys away. Is it going to be something like this? Because they're 1 1/4, right? So if I need 25, it's going to be like 20-ish. Is roughly where I'm going to land on this, I think. Ooh, they group together? That's kind of cool. I'm suspecting I can remove you. Yes. That's 25 Arcana? That might work. Soulbound, and Fusion. So for this to work, it has to be 10, 25, and 25. I feel like we're there, right? And then 20 levels? Should be doable. Bag some Lapis just to be safe. The problem is we might need to be a little bit higher. So what I could do, if I do that, it should reduce him. Yes? So that's 19. That's 23 Soulbound. That's the best I can get on that guy. And then Infusion is 38. What do you get me? Soulbound. Fusion's 36. So we're a little bit like, if I got a little bit more experience, I could make the infusion happen, and then I'm pretty sure that would get me my thing, right? Because we don't want Soulbound. I feel like a few less levels would probably be cool. Just for giggles. Nope, still Soulbound. Still Soulbound. Still Soulbound at 31. Infusion at 38. Meh. That's actually like not easy to get to. Infusion at 32? Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I have to play with it a little bit. I'll see if I can come up with like a good way to do, stuff. See what happens. One option is just killing mobs. Get myself up to level 32 and then we cool. Another option, of course, is mining. Get you a little experience, right? What is this thing? What do we have here? Hey, remember all these ores are EMC, right? Oh my goodness. Trials Chamber. Oh, that's right. There's like a Trials Chamber mod. I don't know that I have any idea what to expect from that. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to note that it's there, because that's cool. Neat. I'm going to backpack some stuff. Then I have room for more to pick up, right? Alright, I'll come back after I, get enough experience. Alright, I think that's 32 levels. Quick note, Quartz always has lots of experience in it, it seems like. I don't know if it actually has more, but it feels like it has more. Doesn't it? Oh, Hogloin does not have EMC. They have earned. Cool. So now is that enough to get my honey bottle? Infused. Because if so, that's a bottle of enchanting. Oh, that's what's up. And then hopefully we can check out this Util X Obelisk thing. So does this have to be lime stained glass? It does. And lime dye is going to be what? Do we have any of these things? Probably not. So bone meal and cactus? I don't think we have cactus yet, do we? No, we kind of don't. That would be cool. We have acacia. How How do we get lime dye again? Lime carnation, cradling flower. Lime snowbell. Green bioshroom. Nope, no such luck. All right, so next task, clearly. And then black concrete while we're at it. So we probably want... Do I have squid ink yet? Do I not have ink? I have glow ink. Don't have regular ink. That's okay. We'll get black dye too. So ink, I assume, will be easier than lime. Right, it looks like... There's a skeleton horse down here. Hello, skeleton horse. Alright, so that'll get me black concrete, right? So that should be cool, because that's gravel and whatnot. Now, cactus is a horse of a different color. Where am I going to find cactus at on where I've already explored? That might be tricky. Where do I get cactus from? Is there a sneaky way to get cactus? It's 8 EMC, so if I can, like, figure out a clever... I don't see any cleverness. Cactus batch, that's the best we can do. Green dye can come from green snowbell. Nope, no such luck there. Now, Botania. No Botania in the pack. Ah, that's interesting. Yellow and blue dye will get me green dye, though. So that's interesting. We have dandelions, right? No? Yellow dye can also come from other types of dandelion. Yellow snowbell, sunflower. What if we got a bunch of bone meal and just bone mealed some grass to the point where we get, you know, dandelions? I'm not going to get dandelions in this biome, am I? I feel like the answer is no. Interesting. Can now be added to a flower pot. Aha. Okay. So sunflowers, maybe somewhere over here-ish. So this is a rocky meadow. This is also a rocky meadow. So I feel like there's probably rules on what can spawn here. Magnolia woodland? We could pop up there and see what we got. That looks like dandelions. I'm going to head up that way. Ooh, guess who found lime carnations? But since I'm halfway to dandelion world, I'm going to continue along. But that at least gets me lime. Not too shabby. What do we got over here? Something reddish, maybe? Sure. Oh, cool. There's poppies here, too. And oxeye daisies. That works. All right, so I can remove this waypoint now. We can home. And we can dump this stuff all in there and call it a day. Cool. So all this goes away. And now we can call you a lime dye. Sweet. With 8 glass. And then if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to want some gravel. And some sand. To make you? Is that not... Did I do that wrong? Oh, I see. I did it right. I was correct. There we go. And then that gets placed next to water. Cool. Now can that? It can be. Sweet. So now we're super close to this. We just need to get the lime-stained glass and one more black concrete. And that should be you. Nice. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. How about right there? Beautiful. Love experience crystals. It's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. Took a little longer than I thought it would to get there, but we got there, and that's what counts. Cool? All right, I'm going to go put this in the basement, because we're not going to go deep into enchanting right now. But I did want to, like, get experience stored, because I felt like that would be an important task for us. And I don't think I was mistaken, right? So let's look at what we need to do to get an EMC available through the AE system. And this is going to be a bit. I think like one of the end game goals of this pack is EMC mastery. So eventually we can get to creative items, right? Which you know, probably do some of, maybe we'll see. But like EMC mastery is a big part of this. So we need to get Archimete, which is a bunch of the plushie mod items. Now I think I've gotten some plushie mod things, but I don't know that I've gotten any of these. But each one of these can be crafted with very specific things. So like we have to go through Bumble Zone to get the bee. Pig needs a bunch of Farmer's Delight type stuff. Not a big deal. Axolotl is going to be a bunch of different blocks. Dragon's going to be Apotheosis, Cyclic, Draconic Evolution, Powah. So if you want to like get to endgamey stuff, right? Like this is how you do it. Oh, you have to go to Dimensional Essences. That's cool. Goat Trophy, which looks pretty easy to get, actually. Quantum Entangloper. So some Mechanisms, some Powah, some RF Tools Dimensions. Definitely doing the Deeper and Darker mod, which is cool. Wither's going to need some Reliquary. Going to need some Cyclic, some Mob Grinding Util, some Industrial Foregoing, some Ars Nouveau. Look at all these different mods you have to get into. Some Thermal, some Cyclic, some Reliquary again. Pretty cool. Evoker needs Trials Chambers, so we will be checking out Trials Chambers for sure in this pack. That's cool. Tier 3 spellbook? Yeah, Archmage spellbook. Nice. So, like, kind of the thing that I liked about the last pack that I played, I like about this one. There's a bunch of stuff. And that gets you the Archimete, which is not, you know, that's used as a quest. And then you combine it with a bunch of Ars Nouveau stuff, okay, to get the Archiview, which you combine it with a bunch of other endgamey type stuff, and that'll get you the Architron. And the Architron can be used to make a transmutation interface, which can apply to Energistics, access your transmutation inventory. Cool? So if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a very long time until I get to the point where I can plug this thing into AE and be like, now I have all of my, you know, stuff in AE, which is kind of cool. Because it means that what I need to do is not just immediately have AE hooked up to my thing. If I want auto-crafting and stuff, we're going to have to integrate with these things a lot, right? Setting up some really cool automations to like generate EMC and like use it for things, which I think is going to be fun. Because it like kind of like I did back here, right? Where I said like, hey, let's produce charcoal with EMC, right? That's neat. And going down that path I think should be fun. So I think that's the plan for me, right? Yeah, I know you guys get all happy when I do that. Okay. So let's decide what mod we want to start with. Because like we're going to want to get into more EMC generation. Like you can see I've got a bunch, but I also did a lot of mining just to get experience. So, you know, whatever. But what should we get into? Like, I think we should establish some better automation with applied energistics and some better power gen. And since I very rarely use Powah as a power gen source, maybe I'll go down that path because it's been like a really long time since I've done that. Like, clearly I've got a very basic Powah generator, right? But we can 100% improve upon this, right? And I think that's probably what we'll wind up doing is more of this and more Powah and stuff. Does that sound cool? So if I got like a couple more of these, right? And what I should probably consider doing is it's auto crafting. But before I get into auto crafting stuff, we're going to want more power gen because this is not going to hold me over very long. Like we're producing 80 RF a tick here. Like that's keeping me barely up and running. But if we want to do more, it's going to be a good minute or two, right? So maybe what I should do, right, is, I mean, we do already have one energizing rod, so I could just get you, right? And as like a temporary little doohickey, that should be cool to do, right? And we could at least get to the hardened tier, if not the blazing tier. Blazing tier could be fun too. Because that's just blaze rods, and we have that. I mean, we could get to Niotic, but like I feel like blazing would be a good start. So talk to me about blazing here. You're generating 200 FE per tick. That's an option, right? Or we could just do blazing Furnator, which generates 800 RF per tick. I mean, that feels pretty cool. And then we could have like a blazing energy cell and maybe look at the ender cells just to see what they're like. And I don't know if any of these components will have EMC integrated in them. It doesn't look like much. Just the vanilla resources, right? So nothing from Powah has EMC. But that could be a fun start, right? And then eventually we'd want blazing energy rods and probably blazing tier cables. And that'll at least like get me going to begin with. Just as a different kind of thing to play with. Because rarely have I done Powah as a starting point, right? Now, dielectric paste we can totally get with all EMC now, right? Because even though blaze powder doesn't have EMC, blaze rods do. So dielectric paste should not be cold. Charcoal and clay ball. So charcoal and clay ball. And then you. And that'll get me like a ton of that, right? And then I can make myself more dielectric rods if I get myself more of these. Cool. And then what I can do is turn half of them into that, and that's neat. Okay. Now, basic capacitors should not be a problem if I get myself some redstone. And what I'll eventually want to do is have some kind of passive EMC income that gets converted and kept in stock, applied energistics, like stuff, right? Because we're not gonna there's a couple ways we could play that. Like we could generate and keep in stock a certain amount of stuff. Yeah, there's a few ways we might look into doing that. So like redstone, for example. You know what? What's the keep in stock thing from Applied Energistics again? Requester? Yeah, ME Requester. Remember this? That's a cool. I like that guy. Remember him? Yeah, so we could totally set one of those up at some point. And do some kind of like what we should probably have is like the way I'm thinking about it, we could have an EMC farm that produces things like diamonds, like I have out here. And then we could have like an on-demand craft system that says like drop 1 diamond in, get 30 redstone out. And like it would basically be an energy condenser, but a crafter, right? Like on-demand craft redstone like that. So basically like just make a bunch of diamonds and then convert them into the different things you need for resources. That's one approach we could take. And I feel like that's a good way to go because like the other thing you can do is you could have a collector on an energy condenser for each resource. Like basically do this, but do like one of these for coal, one of these for diamonds, one of these for redstone. But what's going to happen is invariably you're going to backstuff that. And eventually you're just like not generating resources because you filled up on coal because you don't use coal that much. You know what I mean? So if we do the diamond thing, that could be cool. I'm just saying. All right, so let's go down this path, right? So if I want hardened, so we're going to want blazing, right, which requires a pass down the line. We want to hit hardened first, right? And hardened energized steel is just gold and iron, right? So if I got gold, can I do 8 of these at a time or no? So my goal is here, right? We're going to, I guess we'll see what happens if I do you and you. Nope, I can't. Okay, cool. So my goal here will be, let's use Powah to get enough Powah gen. And once we have enough Powah gen, then we can start expanding auto crafting. And then once we have enough auto crafting going on, then we'll be like super cool. And in the meantime, we'll passively generate our EMC to generate resources, and that would be fun. Does that sound like kind of a plan? Do you guys feel like that sounds like a fun way to go about this series? I'm trying to do like, you know, obviously EMC is making this a very different series for me, but I'm also trying to like not do the same tech mods. Obviously, I'm going to do applied energistics because, like, yeah. But at the same time, we can do Powah instead of Mechanism, at least to get started. Like, Mechanism as a tool, like a production line, but like, and we will have to do Mechanism at some point, I'm sure. We're going to have to do Mechanism at some point. But, you know, maybe we won't do it this time. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? We'll just have fun. I'm all about just having fun and doing stuff different. So hopefully that's, you know, you guys are cool with that. So if I want a blazing Furnator, do I need a hardened Furnator? I do. And if I want a hardened Furnator, so I should be able to make this happen, right? Hardened capacitor, basic capacitor, large. Now if I want more of you, we're just going to need more redstone, right? So we do that, and then we can do that. We'll get just a few more of those. Cool. Okay. And then you're going to harden capacitor, and then we can get a hardened Furnator if I make another one of these. So all I need to do now is break you, and I should be able to upgrade you. And are you going to like keep your stored energy? No, but that's okay. But I do this now and that, and we're good. Cool. And then you're producing 200 RF per tick, which is definitely better than what we had a minute ago, but we're not going to stop there, obviously. So let's upgrade you, if I can. So for you to get upgraded to basic, we're going to need a block of quartz. And I'm just going to keep, like, some raw materials in here, at least for now, until we get, like, a drawer system and some other cool stuff, right? So to upgrade you, we're going to need a block of quartz, and we're going to need another one of these. I suspect we're going to need at least 2 of those, so that's cool. And then we're going to need you, buddy, and another block of quartz. Okay, and then that's your hardened tier of stuff. Now, if I want blaze tier, right, this guy is going to be either blaze rods or powder. But since blaze rods are easily available to me, let's get like a dozen of them. Pretty good. And are you keeping up? You are. So that works, right? Now, I suspect I'm going to need like 4 of those, right? And again, once we have enough power to maintain what we're doing, the other key thing here will it takes 8 seconds to produce carbon or to produce a charcoal, right? So as long as we're producing more charcoal than we're using here, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000, 11, 12. There you go. So we're like in a pretty good place, I would say. Yeah, I think so. All right, so now you, if I want blazing energy rod, just needs you and the quartz and the upgrade. And I'm sure we're going to need blazing cable soon. We'll deal with that. But this should be crafting faster now. See how much faster it is? It's so good. The cable can't keep up. The energy cell probably can't keep up. But those are also about to be upgraded. Cool. Yeah, energy cell's definitely like gonna have a problem in a minute, but that's okay. That's why we're doing what we're doing, right? So now I'm gonna steal my Furnator again, And we're going to make another batch of you guys and another batch of this. And clearly I'm going to need more blaze rods. Battery, remember, so we're fine. Cool. So now we're at 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Now we're not producing fast enough. That said, two things we can do. Absolutely, we could just make another energy collector, and then we'd probably be fine, right? So at this point, we have a net loss. But if we threw another energy collector over here, we'd be cool. So maybe we do that, right? Do we have any more diamonds? No, but we can get some. Okay. So glass and glowstone. Okay. And then energy collector Mark 1. And let's not also forget that we also have like dark matter at some point, and that'll be 12 BMC per second, and then 40. So that'll produce like a charcoal a second. More than a charcoal per second once we get to a red matter tier. Which, obviously, we're like a little bit, but not quite. Still, not far. Okay. And then we can just go out here. So, like, yes, you're net lossing, right? But then we do this, and now we're, like, doing a little bit better, right? That might be close to breaking even. And also, let's not forget that at some point soon, this energy buffer will back stuff, and things will slow down usage-wise. Cool? But before that happens, we're going to have to upgrade this energy cell of ours, which is probably going to require more iron and gold. So I'm just going to do a little off-camera crafting, and we'll be right back, and then we're going to upgrade our energy cell. Cool? Actually, we're pretty much right at wrapping up point, so why don't we do that? Let's wrap up here. I'll upgrade. You're just going to miss me crafting, which, you know, super boring. Right, so I'm just going to upgrade you to, like, another one of these. I'm probably going to need at least 2 of these to get this guy upgraded all the way, right? And then maybe I'll get this done right now. We'll see. Oh, I need 2 of those? Do I need 2 of those? There we go. Hardened. Sweet, right? Now, if I want to get, you know, this guy, we're going to need another hardened. So that might just be a quick minute. I could make that happen, though, right? I think so. Just going to need more of you. Yeah, so it's a little bit of crafting. This is like one of the reasons I don't love Powah, because like the crafting chains are just rough sometimes. But like, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Maybe if I just do that and then that, we would be cool. Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's also definitely a little rough sometimes. There's like a lot of crafty craft. Now, why did you run out of power? Oh, right, because I don't have any power left. All right, so wrapping up point, Dial20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. There we go, power's back. Everybody's happy. Yeah, we'll come back next time. I will get another hardened capacitor here. Just needs 2 of you guys, which needs... I'm going to need like 3 of those ultimately. Yeah, that'll be cool. And then, yeah, we'll have some fun. Cool. So for now, Dial20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time. A little bit more gold. And all that stuff. For now, you know the deal. Take it easy.